Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I will be reading the January 21 Daily Inspirational Message, the condensed version, a couple paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments on the message. And I trust that it will assist both of us on our journeys. Okay, here we go. Title: Offering Forgiveness When Forgiving Seems Too Hard to Do. Paragraph 1. If you're having problems forgiving yourself or another, if all you can feel are thoughts of judgment, resentment, anger, hatred, or revenge darkening your path, then know that it is not the truth in you that is currently in control of your thinking. If you're not in control of your thinking, then you're not in control of your mind and life. Today, take back control of your life by taking back control of your thinking. You can do this by taking back control of the thoughts that you are choosing to think, support, and entertain. Today, if judgment-filled thoughts pop up, recall they have taken you nowhere that you desire to be. Stop your support of these thoughts by no longer spending your time focusing and energy on them. Now, support and fuel the thoughts that would lead you to the life you want. Paragraph 2. Today, if the ego once again demands judgment, let us recall that the ego's advice has never brought us to the state of peace. Then let us do the opposite of what the ego demands and forgive. If we still cannot find it in us to forgive, then let us ask and invite God to forgive for us. The highest part of us is one with God. Thus, when God leads the way, we naturally desire to follow. Let us feel God's forgiveness showering upon our brothers and sisters. Let us feel how freeing it feels to let go of judgment's heavy burdens. Then, let us ask God to bless our brothers and sisters for us, to bring them healing to their hearts. To bring healing to their hearts and peace to their minds. The more we practice doing so, the more natural it would feel for us to choose forgiveness over judgment and thus peace over pain. All right. Forgiving when forgiveness seems too hard to do. Let's try 3 steps. First, let's try seeing where the act of non-forgiveness takes us. Then second, let us practice offering God the opportunity to forgive instead of us if we can't yet forgive. And third, let us learn to be grateful instead of judgmental of our brothers and sisters. Okay, now let's go one by one. Okay, first you have to, a thought of judgment comes to your mind about a brother or sister who you've judged before. You know where that street takes you, that judgmental street takes you. You know that when you think of them and judgment comes up, anger, frustration, hatred, resentment, shame, guilt are not far behind, right? We all know that. We've all been there. And so if we know which road judgment takes us, and we know that road always ends in a dead-end road, why continue to travel that path that only poisons us, that only in reality hurts us? Carrying those burdens of judgments and resentment and frustration, it only hurts us. So why travel that path? Why not try a more gentle path? A path to peace. And we do that through the act of forgiveness. And forgiveness is an aspect of the love that's the truth within us. And so we have this mindset of love, which is our true mindset, which is the true essence. And an aspect of that essence is forgiveness. And so when we offer forgiveness, we start walking into the true path to peace. Now, yes, number 2, I understand it's not that easy sometimes to forgive somebody because we've been so programmed to believe that we're right, they're wrong, they need to ask for forgiveness or else we will not forgive. And so we've been programmed that way by society, our family, our friends. whatever. It doesn't matter who programmed you. If the ultimate result is pain, why follow that path? And so if you cannot find it in your heart yet to align with source, with your true essence, and forgive, if you cannot do that yet, don't worry, do not despair. Instead, remember we're all one, right? We're all one. And so God is a part of us. God is, you could say, the highest part of us. And so if you cannot forgive from this state of mind, from a state of mind of the ego programming, instead ask God simply to forgive them for you. So when you have a thought of them and judgment pops up, don't dive deeper into the darkness. Instead, immediately practice asking God for assistance. God, please forgive them for me, because I cannot do that right now. And little by little, when you start asking God, because God is a part of you, you start to heal inside. And little by little, it starts to become a little bit easier to forgive them. Ask God, when the judgment thought comes in, God, can you please send them peace and happiness? I can't do that, but can you do that for me for now, please? And so, even though it's God who's blessing them, there's a part of you that is unconsciously God that's helping you heal. And little by little, when you feel those two different mindsets, the God mindset of forgiveness and compassion and kindness and love and peace and joy, or the ego's mindset where it says judgment, hatred, resentment, pain, you start to figure out, wait a second, I'm tired of that path. I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired of the restless nights. I'm tired of hurting myself, poisoning myself with my own thoughts. When I offer it to God, I feel a little bit better. So let me just follow that light. And so let me start to forgive my brother and sister when I think of them. Let me start to offer them light and ask for joy and happiness to fill them. And the more you do that, the more natural that behavior will become. Because this judgmental behavior seems natural only because we've been programmed to react in this manner, not because that's the truth in us. This is our programming. This is the world's delusions and fantasies and fairy tales and nightmares. Okay? That's not you. And little by little, you'll start realizing this is not you and this is not what you want. You want to be in alignment with the light, with the truth in you. And a part of that truth, that aspect of that love is forgiveness, is compassion, is understanding, is second and third and fourth Genesis. Again, you don't have to be a doormat, right? But you can forgive for yourself so that you can have peace, because you're worthy of peace. And that's the third point. The third point is that what is really happening here? What is really happening is that your brother or sister is helping you practice remembering that you are worthy of peace, that you can forgive and achieve the state of peace, no matter what the world says. You can instead forgive and achieve peace and be that light of the world. And so all these judgments that you've experienced through your lifetime, they're just by your self-awareness that this is not what you want, they become tools in your tool belt. And they help you become an example of that light. Become an example that you can forgive when the world calls out for judgment. That you can find peace when the world says, no, they deserve pain. And we're all one, right? So if the ego says they deserve pain, who's feeling that pain too? You. Why continue to travel that path? It's delusional. It's unworthy of you. And you'll never feel fulfilled, because that's not what you're here to do. You're here to be the light of the world. And so forgive, because you're worthy of peace. And thank your brother or sister for helping you practice remembering that you're worthy of peace. That you can choose forgiveness over judgment and thus peace over pain. That's what they're really doing. They're helping you remember who you truly are. And they're helping you remember your true function in this world, and they're helping you practice that. And the more we practice, the more we realize that, you know what? That's true. That's true. I am worthy of peace. I will forgive because I want to be freed from this delusion. I want to be free. I want the veils to be lifted so that my light can shine bright, so that I can help others also heal. who are stuck in who are stuck in judgment, in the judgmental mindset, and resentment, and in hatred and pain. We can become the light for them that can guide them to a path to peace. And so let us simply do that today. When it becomes too hard to forgive, let us simply remember that we can't choose the path to peace through forgiveness, that we can invite God to lead the way, to forgive Him for us, and that we can be grateful to our brothers and sisters for helping us practice remembering who in truth we are, that we are representatives of love, of the light, of forgiveness, compassion, understanding. That's who we are. And so thank you, brother, sister, for helping me practice remembering that. And now I become a light to you. I become a light that will show you the way to where you truly want to be, which is your true home, which is a state of peace. All right. Thank you for your time. I love you very much. If you can like, comment, or share, it will help with the listening process, and it might help somebody be able to forgive someday, or make it easier for them to forgive. If you made it this far, I love you very much. Thank you for that. And God willing, we will see each other tomorrow. Peace.